I'm speaking to you today from the PACT Sydney Charles Quarter development because I need to talk to you about what's happening to workers on this job and what they're experiencing. It's frustrating as an official to see what they're going through and the fact that the builder's taking no action to fix things. The union is calling on PACT to step up and treat all workers on the Sydney Charles Quarter with dignity and respect, as that's the least they deserve. On 4 occasions over the past couple of weeks, PACT has shown total disregard for the rights and safety of construction workers. On the first occasion, the workers were subjected to an altercation between the bosses and the formwork contractor, where the formwork contractor verbally abused a senior female project manager. Following the argument, in an effort to undermine that project manager, the contractor withdrew his workforce from the site for the day to punish the builder and cost half the workers a day's pay and the client's time. The second incident was a near miss with a crane that happened when the builder continued to operate the crane in high winds despite everyone being able to access weather warnings. The crane brakes could not hold the load and the load struck a column and was totally unacceptable. The third point was that PACT allowing workers to continue working during lightning storms, exposing everyone on the site to an unacceptable level of risk. Any idiot knows that if you're working with rebar or with pieces of steel and there's a lightning storm, you're at risk of being struck and not going home safely to the family. Point number 4 was yesterday, when we had some of the worst weather that Perth has ever seen, and we again saw vulnerable and casual workers on this job forced to work in the rain when the rest of the industry were on an RDO. Everybody else was in an office, nice and safe. Even the project managers were away from the rain and the safety of an office, yet they got the workers to continue to work on the job. Workplace safety legislation and awards are clear about inclement weather, and frankly, this doesn't even pass the pub test. You wouldn't let your kids or your dogs out in the storm that happened yesterday, so why are these construction workers being treated as subhuman? It's got to stop, and the union's not going to accept it, and we're going to continue to come back and fight for rights of workers on this job. In regard to yesterday's issue, when workers raised the concern with the union, instead of PACT management taking action, they obsessed over which worker said this, who contacted the union. They didn't address the issue. The big picture here is, when you're a builder, if you want to be in this industry, you have to look after your workforce and you have to operate in a professional manner, and we're just calling on PACT to do that. Workers need their own health and safety reps and their own voice on this job. Honestly, what's it going to take for workers' rights to be protected and respected on the Sydney Charles Quarter job? For a builder that wants to lead in the industry, the CFMEU calls on PACT to lift their game on this job. We want PACT to comply with industrial laws, with safety laws, and also to be decent human beings that care about their workforce. The union's going to show up, and we're going to keep supporting workers' rights, and we call on PACT to actually start working to make a difference and make safer workplaces for all.
The CFMEU WA, here for good.